Oh, just throw it in the bag. Now I know you ain't over there hollering at my girl. Uh, I know you don't call yourself staring at my girl. Uh, uh, I keep her in Louis Vuitton, Gucci down to her feet, yeah, just like me. What in the world, both for everybody out there that don't know me? My name Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach. Love to sit around talking about sports. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and I definitely and greatly appreciate that. Out of all of the waiting, out of all the anticipation, we went through training camp. We went through the. Well, I'm sorry, we're at training camp, but we went through free agency. We went through the draft. The Super Bowls over and done with. We are here. 2024 season is upon us. We're actually seeing players on the field. We're seeing Casey Washington run up and down the field. We're seeing Rondell Moore abuse AJ Terrell from what everybody's telling me, which is something that we're definitely talking about. We're seeing Kirk Cousins. They say he's gutting the defense like a fish. We're seeing Michael Penix make incredible throws. Have y'all noticed that all of these guys that I've named are new additions to the team? Hey, anybody else? Anybody else noticing that? They're talking about how Braylon Trice looks like he might be legit. They're talking about how Brandon Dorlus looks bigger than they thought he was going to look. There's a lot of different things that are happening. There are a lot of things that have changed from that 2023 season where a lot of people said, hey, y'all should have went to the playoffs. Y'all could have went to the playoffs if it wasn't for your head coach and your quarterback. So what did we do? We went ahead and changed the game up. We went shopping. We had to throw it in the bag. Ah, just throw it in the bag. What in the world, Bo? Shouts out to everybody that's coming on and chilling out with us tonight, Bo. You already know what time it is. Look here. If you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world, Bo, in the chat. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. We definitely and greatly appreciate that if you do. If you share the channel with your friends and family, I promise you, I'm going to dance at your wedding one day. So, did anybody in the chat get a chance to go to the the Saturday practice at the high school? If anyone did, please let us know because I got to get a little bit of intel from you. I'm trying to find out. I talked to Jack Spade. Jack Spade came back, on fire. He came to me with his hair on fire when I seen him at the Folding Warehouse Rise Up Tour event. They had the Rise Up Tour membership party where we're traveling to all these away games. Shouts out to Jack Spade, Thomas Scott, and everybody on the Rise Up Tour. We definitely had a great time, or we're going to have a great time this season. Go to Facebook and check it out. It's legit. It's big. Also, I talked to Yuri. I don't know if y'all seen. Shouts out to Big Bro Yuri. You know, uh, you see him everywhere. He's at Braves games, Hawks games, Atlanta United games, uh, Kennesaw State games, Georgia. He's everywhere. Shouts out to Yuri. I don't know if y'all seen him and Jack Spade on Fox 5. They did an interview, and Yuri represented us well, like he always does. But Yuri saying that, hey, Bo, AJ Terrell, that might not be the look. We talk about cornerback number 2. We might need to be worried about cornerback number 1. You saying we might need to be worried about cornerback number 1? I mean, I talked to a few people that was there at the training camp, but just wanted to know if anyone did go through here that are in the chat. Please let me know because as a coaching staff, y'all know we're a collective. We have to pick everybody's brain and kind of see what's going on. My apologies. Um, a few people told me that my presence was missed. I definitely apologize. I hate that I couldn't come, but me and my family. Shouts out to you, John Higgins. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you? Our family. We had we had a life changing situation over the weekend. I don't know if y'all see him. Um, my little cousin, he committed to the University of Tennessee. Um, so that's that's huge. That's huge for our family, and we're definitely excited about him for getting a chance to get a education and getting a chance to make some connections that's going to last him for a lifetime. I told Coach Heifel and Coach Banks and everybody else that once you get us, you're going to be getting us for life. I'm going to tell you something. My little cousin boy, he's been through his share of things in life, and I don't know if I've come across anybody stronger than him. I'm definitely proud of him, and man, boy, that's my guy right there, man. I'm so proud of him, and I'm hoping that he's going to do some great things. You know what? I know he's going to do some great things because you know say this all the time, man. I come from a family full of workers, and he's one of the hardest workers that I know. So Shady, if you do see this, I love you both. You already know what time it is, and GBO, go Big Orange. Y'all already know. I know everybody like, but what in the world, Coach Lowe? I thought you was a Dogs fan. Shady is my blood. Where my blood go, I go. So go Big Orange. You already know what time it is. You already know what time I got. I got a spot in my heart. You know, for my dogs now. Don't get me wrong, but I got to ride with my cuz. Got to ride with the family. Look here, man. Let me go ahead and show love to everybody that's showing love to me in here. Some cool cat says named Big Low Country Sports. He says, "What in the world, Bo? Wait, wait. Who's this imposter?" He says, "What in the world, Bo? Feel free to hit that thumbs up if you're waiting on the coaches meeting to start. Well, look, y'all make sure that y'all do that. We would definitely and greatly appreciate it if y'all did that." Sean Coswell's in here. What in the world, Bo? Yeet. Get you some. Hey, you already know what time it is. Red Swarm's in here. Much love to you, Bo. Shouts out to my homeboy, Birdo. You already know what time it is. We the ones. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alfonso, what in the world, Bo? John Tay Rozier, A1 Forever. Shouts out to Chris Tipmore. He was at the Rise Up Tour event yesterday at the Folding Warehouse. Unfortunately, we lost the series to Shady. So, uh, that's that's how that goes. But look, it's we gave him a fight. If you've never gone bowling, you definitely need to hit up the Folding Warehouse. It is a great time, and yeah, we definitely had a great time, man. It's basically football and bowling mixed together, and you got to knock down the 10 pins from about 15, 20 yards away, but it's a whole lot harder than it looks. I know it sounds easy, but it's a whole lot harder than it looks. Shouts out to my sister Joy. Shouts out to Joy coming in here, chilling out with us. Much love to you, sis. Hope you're doing good. My homeboy Rav in here, another Rise Up Tour member, coming in here chilling out with us. What's going on with you, Bo? Hope you're doing good today. Well, tonight, hope you over there behaving yourself because we know how you do. Tony Wright says, Lo, were you signing autographs again for 20? What, what Tony Wright talking about? Huh? Man, boy, signing autographs. Goodness gracious. I appreciate y'all for showing love to Old Shady. Much love to Old Shady, man. You already know what time it is. You already know. Chris said, let it out, Bo. See, I'm getting kind of emotional. I'm getting in my feelings there. I had to go ahead and cut it short. Oh, man. You already know it. Doug says, Big Low, we've been waiting on this. Yes. Yes. Look, it's about that time. We've been waiting on it. Also, Padre in here, he says, hey, Coach, tell Shady I said congratulations, and I'm glad him running through your kneecaps. He paid off dividends. Wait, huh? What? Run through my kneecaps? What in the world? That ain't never happened. He said, that he run through your kneecaps, paid off dividends. Hello, I hang up and listen. Da da da. That's a Superman chat. Man, boy, it feels like it's been a while since I done that. Man, boy, that felt good. Man, but I definitely let him know, man. I definitely let him know. Also, 3 Dirties in here says, Big Low, what's up? Tennessee, 3, yeet. Shouts out to you. Coach Rona, she's in there watching. I think she's watching Low Key. The series, the Marvel series, Low Key. So she ain't gonna be on the show tonight. But I definitely passed that 3, yeet. on the loan to Coach Roney. Marley Monster's Big Low took his roll ball for tennis. What? Huh? What? What in the world, Bo? Shadur. What? Huh? You already know what time it is, man. You know, we've all family. We represent. We represent. CLTN paper says, just wanted to stop through and say, what's going on, Bo? Hope you're doing good, DC. Hope you're doing good. Tell the family we asked about it. Also, Rav says, I apologize for scaring the baby. Yeah, he had his mask on, his full gear on. My little cousin, she's like 1 year old. So she wanted to see him. And then it was one of them kids situations where, once he got close to her, he put full mask and she started crying. Y'all might see Ravage at the bins. He has the whole Black Panther, mask. He has the top and the magnetic bottom to go in it. You see him walk around with the championship belt. He like 6'5", 6'6". He tall. He made me look short. But that's we ain't even gonna go over that. Shouts out to my homeboy Ravage. He's tall. He kind of made me look short. But it's cool though. It's cool. It's cool. So let's go ahead and get started talking about this ball, Bo. We got everybody went out to training camp. I seen the pictures, I seen the videos. First of all, shouts out to everybody who sent me videos and kind of gave me the updates while we were, handling that family business and on Rocky Top. Everybody saying, and this was before the public training camp went down. Everybody was telling me, and everybody was talking about. Shouts out to Daniel Flick and Adnan at the Falcoholic and everyone else who was giving us updates on Twitter. They were saying that the defense was looking kind of suspect. That first week of training camp, everybody was like, "Hey, man, the defense just looks a step behind throughout training camp. This first week." And I was telling everybody now, and y'all know just like I do, coach be wrong. Coach be wrong all the time. Now sometimes I don't know if it's just me being hopeful, just me being a homer. I don't know if it's one of those situations, or I don't know if it's just a situation where I'm just flat out wrong, right? For example, Desmond Winter. We all know how that worked out. We all know. I called the kid Desmond Winter. He ain't do too much of his last name. It was obvious that he was adopted. He's not a winner. So moving forward, it's one of those situations I was saying, hey guys, don't worry about the defense as much. This is the first week. They're running some installs with Jerry Gray. With dang, I hate when I say the wrong name. Then I mess around and with a new DC coordinator that came from Washington. Somebody put it in the chat. With his new defense, we're running new installs. We also got a new offense, and it being the fact that whenever you come in, especially when it's non-contact, it's harder for the defense to stop the offense. That's always tough. That's why me and Uncle Steve were so excited last year. Thank you so much, Padre. Jimmy Lake, Ricky Lake's little brother, Jimmy Lake. Shouts out to Jimmy Lake. I'm going to talk about him as well. But you're installing that new defense. You're running non-contact. Ain't no pads popping. It's literally a 7-on-7. So with that being the situation, think about it. It's going to be tough to stop it. Do y'all know how hard it is to stop an offense? I mean, just a high school offense. Like, look here, for everybody who's been playing college football 25. Shouts out to Mark that's in the chat. I know he was waiting to get his college football 25. He'll tell you it's just hard to stop an offense, right? Especially with all the rules that's been put in place. There's a lot of things that you can't do that you used to be able to do in the past, right? So with that being said, I'm thinking, hey, let's not panic as much because we're talking about non-contact. It's a non-contact situation. Now, do they got the DBs out there running around in boxing gloves and they can't grab them? Like, no, that's not the case. But you're installing a new offense. You're installing a new defense. Watch the Abo take down a typo. My bad, Bo. My bad. I thought. Look. I'm sorry. My bad, Mark. My bad. I was just shouting you out. But it's one of them situations where, uh, we just have to look at the circumstances, right? So I wanted to ask the coaching staff. So since we're here and we finally got a chance to sit down, and break bread a little bit. I ain't got there's a there's a little bit in there. What's in my cup is in my cup. It's football season, y'all. We back on it. It's in my cup is in my cup. It ain't got cold yet outside. So, I might pop off sweating a little bit if you see me drink this. But what's in my cup is in my cup. It might be water, it might be moonshine. But if you see me smiling, that just means I'm happy to see you. Is it one of those cases where we have cause to be concerned about the defense? If you feel like that is the case, after watching this first week of training camp, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like there's cause for concern. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, hey, let's not jump to conclusions. Let's not panic. There's no need to break the glass in case of the emergency. Put a 2 in the chat. Because I just want to see what everyone's thinking. I want to see if everybody's on the same page with me. Because once again, Big Low, I'm always loud and wrong, right? If you're gonna, it's kind of like the big timers used to say back in the day. If you're gonna do it big. Y'all remember when baby, Brian, baby Birdman Williams, baby Brian B. Bubba, you could call me what you feel, and Manny Fresh. I just realized the meaning of his name, Manny, which is man he is fresh. They said, if you're gonna do it big. So that's how I've been, over the course of my lifetime. You can ask Coach Roney. We get in arguments all the time. It gets to the point she had to record my conversation because I be wrong, and then we try to talk about what happened previously. I be wrong about what I said or what I thought she said. And then, so I be wrong, but, I'm going to stand on it. It ain't going to be a situation where, I'm finna, hey, I think this, right. Nah, I'm finna stand on it. So if you feel like there's cause for concern for the defense, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, hey, let's not overreact, put a 2 in the chat. Because I legit want to know what y'all thinking. Definitely. Atlanta Falcons fan Davidson here. He says it's hard to hold back the defense during this no pass stage. Relax, guys. And that's what I'm saying. We're not putting pressure on the quarterback yet. We don't know how good the defensive line is yet, right? There's one thing that's a secondary's best friend. And y'all, I'm finna say this. Y'all get your mind out the gutter before I say it now. Yeah, before I even say it. Hot balls is a DB's best friend. If y'all don't know what everybody who's played football, especially defense, y'all know what hot balls are. Hot balls are whenever you put pressure on that quarterback with that defensive line and that pass rush, and the quarterback is throwing that ball sooner than he wants to. That's the DB's best friend, especially in a zone defense, because those DBs they're already facing the quarterback. We're gonna be running that cover 3 shell. Sometimes it's gonna be a case where it's cover 3, where it's gonna look like it's man coverage. So we're gonna be up on them. We might jam them at the line of scrimmage, and it's gonna look like you're playing man coverage. If they go to the bathroom, you hand them the toilet paper, but they're actually going to just be covering their third of the field, right? Which is where AJ Terrell shines. That's that. I feel like that's when he had his best season. Whenever they ran that cover 3 a big percentage of the time, because I remember his first pick. If I'm not mistaken, it was like a cover 3 shell kind of thing where it looked like he was running man coverage, and then I think they ran like a smash concept. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like a smash concept. But anyway, whenever they threw it, he broke off of it. He broke off of the guy that was coming inside, and then he picked it off. I was like, "Ooh, that was nasty." So, like I said, y'all get your mind out the gutter. But hot balls are a defensive back's best friend. So let's see what everybody's thinking. Let's see how everybody's voting. Padres A coach Matt Judon, he's getting mistreated. Man, look, how many times have we heard Matt Judon and Yannick Ngakoue? We don't know if it's one of those situations where they're talking about bringing them in. I also heard somebody say something about Michael Parsons. I'm like, well, look, if it happens, that would be great, but it got to happen first. It got to happen first. What's going on, Johnny? What in the world, Bo? Hope you're doing good. Tyler Russell says, Timing is also hard on offense. It's looking decent from today's highlights. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, you do have to get that timing down, and you're right. It is hard on offense. I mean, I can't knock that. So Dre Murphy says two. He says pump your brakes. RELAX. Relax. He says chill out, Bo. You know, does somebody need to call Big Low conspiracy? No, I need to go get Big Low. I need to go get Cuzzo. Come talk to y'all. You know, make sure that everybody's good. You know, Big Low conspiracy kind of, get because look, Padre over here, he don't put 11 ones in the chat. You know, he's over here freaking out. He running around. He don't know what to do. He Padre panicking. You know, I don't know if y'all seen uh uh the video whenever they announced Michael Penix Jr. as the starting quarter. I mean, I'm not starting quarterback, but as our draft pick. Y'all see how Padre? You see how he paced and pulled his hair out, stabbed himself with a water bottle. You know, I think that's what he's doing now. Tyler Russell says if we don't play starters in preseason games, how do we know where we're at? I'm assuming you're talking about Kirk Cousins. I'm assuming you're talking about Kirk Cousins. Now, look, I mean, I don't know. You know how I feel about playing starters. I mean, don't don't why do you go on your maiden voyage the first game of the season? Like we're not the Kansas City Chiefs. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like we're not the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not one of them situations where we're saying, hey, yeah, we're good enough to, not take the first few games seriously and then, come in and really go and ball out at the end of the season. Kansas City Chiefs, they play in the preseason. Patrick Mahomes, he's going to be out there in 2 weeks. I mean, I understand Kirk Cousins come back from that injury, but they say he's a full go. I feel like he should play. That's something that we'll also touch on as well. Thank you so much for bringing that point up, Tyler. Tony Wright says too. He says, hey, everybody, hey, just relax. Just relax. Atlanta Falcons fan Demon says, hey, y'all, just chill out. Also, if y'all, if you feel indifferent on whether you should, we think we need to panic right now, or if you feel like it's one of those cases where we need to just chill out, you need to wait to express it either way, whether it's up or down. You can do that by hitting that like button. Like that's a way to, kind of affirm, affirm how you feel. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there. You can just hit that like button. JBM93 says, wait till you get the pads on. Yes. You got to look. Ball don't really start until the pads start popping. What Ti said when traps start jumping, that the ball don't really start till the pads start popping. That's what it is. Bart Tater says two. He says he believes in Ra. You already know what time it is. Tyler Russell, he's shouting out the old Padre. He says, what's going on, my friend? John Hickman says, hey, Big Low, let me get some of that drink. Man, come on now, Bo. Now, see, because if I give you some of this drink, ain't no telling what you're going to be doing. And then you're going to be blaming me. Police going to be coming up to my house talking about how did he get this? He said that you gave it to him. They're going to be trying to get me for distribution. I can't do that. I can't do that because I ain't finna throw Mama Country under the bus. I ain't finna throw whoever made it under the bus. I ain't going to do that. Oh, man. Tyler Russell says that Grady seems to be having some trouble with that knee brace from what he saw. That's something that you got to keep in mind. He's coming from that injury. A lot of times, whenever you come off injury like that, man, those braces or whatever type of braces or equipment that you have to help keep everything in place. I know before I had a elbow brace, bro. Like that was my saving grace. I used to play basketball in an ankle brace because I would roll my ankle like a bowling ball. I mean, I could just be walking, it just rolled. Doctor's like, yeah, you just got weak ankles, a little low. I don't know what it is. Your ankle's just weak. That's something that we definitely need to keep an eye on because I mean, yes, he's Grady. Yes, he's an athletic freak, but an injury is still an injury, Bo. An injury is still an injury. We got to admit it. I mean, Grady's 300 plus pounds. Like it's not like he's Adrian Peterson running around out here at 2-something. Like Grady's 300 something pounds. And think about it, he's going to be pushing up against somebody else who's 300 and something pounds. Like we need to make sure that he's good to go. We need to make sure he's good to go. Atlanta Falcons fan Denver says, then again, you can ask yourself, is the defense a step behind or is Kirk Cousins looking at? And that's the question. That's the question. Is it one of those situations where the defense is just head and shoulders above the rest, or is it one of those cases where, you know, Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins just that doggone good? If Kirk Cousins is that doggone good, are we going back to the old school Falcons? Are we going back to the whole, hey, we're going to try to run you out of the building and we just hope that we get a couple of stops? That's the question. Because whenever I hear cover 3 shell, that's telling me that you're saying, hey, we don't really trust our DBs to really play man coverage, so we're going to run cover 3 shell, and we're going to hope that our defensive line can get to the quarterback. If not, it's going to be a whole bunch of slow singing and flower bringing, Bo. And I hope that that's not the case. I really do. I really do. Big Bill said, that's good, Big Low. He says, oh, the police coming. He says, I'll be going to sleep after that, Drake. Oh, okay. Look, long as you don't be doing nothing crazy, Jai. We don't need to be doing that now. Oh, man. Jai, he says, make sure y'all hit that like button. Yeah, we definitely and greatly appreciate that. But yeah, so, but you're making a good point though. Is it one of those cases where we're looking at, uh, somebody said, what you say, A1? He said, oh no, let big low conspiracy rest for the rest of the night. My goodness. Oh man. Oh man. So look, y'all make a great point. Is it one of them situations where Kirk Cousins is just that good? Because there was one thing that I saw, if I'm not mistaken, it was like the day that training camp started, or maybe it was right before training, or right after. It was sometime last week, and I mentioned this on because I went to chill out with somebody. I think it was the eye test. Shouts out to old John and Winston over there on the eye test. Y'all make sure that y'all check them out, man. Great content. I love chilling out with them brothers. But yeah, they were saying that it was one of those cases where um Kirk Cousins and Jesse Bates, they were sitting down. They sit down and watch film together. I seen the interview, and they said, hey, it's one of those cases where we sit down and we watch film together, and he tells me what he sees from his point of view as a quarterback. I tell him what I see from my point of view. Also, shout out to Jesse Bates. I don't know if y'all heard Jesse Bates, the highest ranked safety in Madden with a 97 overall rating. That's crazy. When's the last time we had a safety ranked 97? I think that might be the highest ranked safety, if I'm not mistaken. But shouts out to Jesse Bates. Jesse, where is Jesse? Shouts out to Jesse Bates, man. But the simple fact that him and Kirk Cousins, first of all, I would love to be a fly on the wall in that room. Just imagine what type of secrets, trade secrets that they're telling each other, things that they watch out for. For a lot of people that don't know, it's like you really don't see situations on teams where offensive and defensive players watch film together. The only time the whole team is in there together is during special teams, and the coach kind of goes over special teams like at the beginning of the meeting. And that's kind of like the appetizer for the meal. They'll normally go over special teams, talk about what everybody's responsibilities are, and during practice, like they'll break off, like those third, fourth string guys, they'll break off. Some second string guys will break off, and they'll do stuff while everybody's doing individuals. But it's one of those cases where for them to watch film together, it's literally saying, "Hey, we're the two leaders of this team." Jesse Bates and Kirk Cousins, they're literally saying, "Hey guys, we're the two guys. We're the it guys on this team." If we're successful, look to us. If we're not successful, look to us. We're going to work together to try to make both of our respected positions and both of our respected sides of the ball successful. And that's something that makes me very, very optimistic. Jay Diaz, what's going on with you, Bo? Hope you're doing good tonight, fam. Shouts out to my homeboy Smitty, Sports Machine. What's going on, Smitty? Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know how I do it. Shouts out to my homeboy Yellow Bone Smitty. Yellow Bone Smitty. Shouts out to you, Bo. Hope you're doing good tonight, man. Oh, Smitty, he just came back from vacation. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was worried about him because he ain't put up no videos in like 4-5 days. I was like, wait a minute now. I was finna drive down south, check up on Smitty, but he hit me up. For some reason, he knew to hit me up because I guess he could tell I was worried. Shouts out to my homeboy Smitty, man. Y'all make sure y'all go over there to Smitty Sports Machine, check him out. Also, check out my homeboy Mark Chaney. Great content over there. Look, he has uh this Sip and Scout series that is great. Y'all make sure y'all check out my bro Mark Chady. He's doing some great things over there. He says last year I was balling in camp, and now it looks like Ritter and Art uh was just that doggone bad. Hey, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. It's like, I mean, last year at this time, the defense they were just looking elite. And I don't know if y'all remember back in the day when Matt Ryan was the quarterback in his prime. Like Matt Ryan, he would go through practice and he wouldn't have an incomplete pass. And I know they were talking about Kirk Cousins went 15 for 16 yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, one day last week. And I was like, yeah, like, because that's what elite quarterbacks do. Then, like, I don't know if y'all remember, like, that golden era of quarterbacks that we had for a while there, whenever you had, like, the Matt Ryans, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. You watch a preseason game with those guys, oh, they'll go 11 for 12, 12 for 12, 150 yards in preseason. Like it wasn't nothing. It would just be easy work. You wouldn't see them guys come out there and struggle in preseason. Now, meanwhile, it's like, Desmond Ritter, I mean, hey, Arthur Smith, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, but somebody, that's a point. So for them to legit make that point, saying that, hey, is it one of those cases where Kirk Cousins and this offense is just that good? That could be something that we could consider. Or, I mean, is it legit the defense being bad? Because the first thing that everyone ran up to me and told me yesterday, it was almost like, everybody was telling on AJ Terrell. Everybody was like, hey, Bo, AJ Terrell getting his draws burned off. It was like Rondell Moore caught him on a 9 route. And I was like, well, look, it was just one play. Like, is it one of those cases where, AJ Terrell, I mean, did he just blow one play? Because I remember the national championship game, like, he blew like what, 2 plays, and everybody kind of ripped on him. They were like, whoa, AJ Terrell was getting cooked consistently. They said he was like well done with the pink center. They said he was getting consistently cooked. I was like, wow. I mean, so is it one of those situations? And y'all let me know, is it cause for concern about AJ Terrell? Because I know that he's coming, and this is his prove it year. Where the Atlanta Falcons could kind of determine whether or not he stays. But is it one of those cases where, I mean, should we be concerned about AJ Terrell after watching that initial practice? If you feel like we should be concerned, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, hey, we good, there was one practice, y'all chill out. In the words of my little cousin Shady, y'all crashing out. Put a 4 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. I just want to know what y'all thinking. Bernard says Desmond. Dang, Bernard. See, I mentioned that earlier. Like, look, sometimes I'm loud and wrong. Like, Desmond Winter. That was his last name. Couldn't find out he was adopted. He's not a winner. That's not really his last name. Padre says, Mark Chaney, man, Kurt only because he hasn't really dealt with a significant injury. But I think both of them will be just fine. Might need a game or two to settle in. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Tyler Russell says, "Hey, Bo, look at here, not Penix. He was dropping dimes too. Don't sleep on Penix. I heard they said Penix had a whole nother type of velocity on the ball that they hadn't seen around here in a while. They said he had that Kyle Bowler velocity. If y'all don't know who Kyle Bowler is, Kyle Bowler had one of the strongest arms I've ever seen. Played for the Baltimore Ravens. Kyle Bowler could sling that thing. He whenever he threw his pass, they were I don't know if that's a good I don't know if that's a good representation. I probably should make that noise again. But yeah, Kyle Bowler, he can slay that thing. I just remember watching the Michael Penix throw the out routes before this, during the OTAs. I was like, oh yeah, he got some zip on that thing, boy. He got some zip on that. Richard Russell. Oh, we got the brothers in here tonight. We got old Tyler and Richard in here. What's going on, Richard, man? Hope you're doing good tonight, family. Hope you're doing good tonight. Can somebody please refresh me? Did I say that it was one of those cases where if you feel like there was cause for concern to put a 3 in the chat, or for cause of concern, put a 4 in the chat? I think it was for cause of concern, put a 3 in the chat. And like, look, y'all, yeah, if y'all crack, y'all might just be crashing out, put a 4 in the chat. That's what it was. That's what it was. So let me see what everybody's saying. Let me see everybody saying here. Is it one of those cases where, it's just Kirk Cousins, just doing what Kirk Cousins does? Let's see. uh Mark said, "Hey, Smitty, ain't nothing wrong with that. We need you fresh for this season." Yes, Smitty. We need you fresh for this year, Bo. Don't be coming in here, come talk about you tired. Don't come in here talk about wear and tear. We need you fresh. Jay Murphy, he says 4. Shouts out to Rav. He says 4. Um, um, A1 Forever. Oh, Chris Titmore. He here talking about Yellow Bone Smitty. Yellow Bone Smitty. Oh man, that's funny to me every time. Shouts out to Chris Tipmore, man. Great content over there. A1 forever. You already know it. Rav Smitty, they said 4. Big Quavies, he said 3. He said, "Hey, Bo, you better start worrying. Like, look here, you can play games if you want to. Look, this is something that you need to take serious." But look, man, I don't know if that's what you're saying, but I'm just imagining that. I'm imagining imagining that's how you looking at it. You're like, wait a minute now. Hold on. Y'all sit here not worry about it much as you want to. Y'all better take this thing serious. Also, I do need y'all to make sure that y'all do a country boy a favor. Hit that like button for me. I promise you. You hit that like button for me, I'll dance at your wedding one day. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Let them know that there's old country boy, former football coach over here, that loves to sit around and talk about sports. You can share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want to share it to. I would definitely and greatly appreciate it. Bernard says, "Well done with Peak in the center." AJ Terrell. They ain't cooking them like that. They ain't cooking like that, is it, Bernard? uh, Bernard said they put them on the grill for 3.5 minutes, then flip them over for 3.5 minutes. Put some garlic and butter on top of them. Take them off. Let them rest for 15 minutes. Well done. Pink in the center. Ain't nothing wrong with that, boy. Oh man, hey what? He says 44. He said, "Look, y'all chill out. Y'all crashing out." Justin Switch says 3. Calls for concern with the whole defense. With the whole defense. I'll say it one more time just for emphasis. 3 symbolizes emphasis in the Bible. For the whole defense. Did that hit you the way it's supposed to? For the whole defense. Look, 2-3 weeks ago, I came on here. As a matter of fact, I think I was talking with old Mark Cheney. And I was saying, like, hey guys, I don't know if we talk about, we concerned about the quarterbacks. We talk about, we concerned about who's going to be playing number 2. How we going to have high balls? We relying on Arnold Ebiketie to be our number 1 guy, but is it one of the situations where he going to legit be the number one guy? Like, is he gonna put up? Is he gonna put up them kind of numbers? Like, because you're the number one guy, you got to get me like 8, 9, 10, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? So Justin said for the whole defense. No, hey, Justin might be on to something, Bo. Johnny, he said, look, y'all chill out. Wait, hey, what's all this Boston Bird in here? Talk about old Birdo. You know, Birdo, he a big Celtics fan. You know, he been getting naked ever since the finals. And we told him to chill out. Smitty said, "Wait a minute, pause. What you talking about? Hot balls? I see, Smitty. You didn't get the disclaimer before we start talking about the hot balls. I said, hey, y'all need to get y'all mind out the gutter. Hot balls is whenever you put pressure on that quarterback, he has to throw the ball before he wants to. It don't got nothing to do with none of that other stuff. Y'all need to see." Y'all see this is why y'all got held back in detention all the time because y'all was the ones that was snickering during health class, and she was trying to tell y'all stuff to keep y'all safe. But y'all sitting up here, see, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to teach you about some football. But see, y'all got your mind in the gutter. Hot balls is a football term. Shouts out to my homeboy one time for the fans. Says, hey, now, what in the world, Bo? Wait a minute. Let me say it like Jack Spade. Hey, now, what in the world, Bo? It's going down in a major way, Falcons fans. Shouts out to my homeboy Jack Spade one time for the fan, making great content over there. Jack, you just missed whenever we first got on. We were talking about the Rise Up tour. Great time that we had, and how we're going to continue to make some great memories and do some big things out there, all over the country, man. Rise Up tour. In the words of Jack Spade, going down in a major way, Falcons fans. Tyler Russell says 3. He said there's a bit of concern. Now, let me ask you this, Tyler. Is it because I was saying that, it's a situation where, where are we getting the hot balls from? I mean, because that's a legit cause for concern. Travis says he's definitely got to earn his money this year. AJ, CD Lamb, he's talking about AJ Brown, CD Lamb, Mike Evans twice, George Pickens, Devontae Adams, and George Pickens. So that means he's twice as concerned about George Pickens. They put George Pickens 2 times. Yeah, he got to earn his money. Now the question is, I don't know if AJ is going to be traveling, wherever they go. I don't know if that's going to be one of those cases, but he definitely going to have to earn his money. Definitely got to earn his money. Tyler Russell says 3. He says, I said that earlier. He's a bit concerned. Nando says, what in the world, Bo? Penix will be starting very soon. Wow. And the way everybody's saying Kirk Cousins was gutting this defense like a fish, they said 15 to 16. Penix that good? Dang, Bo. Now is he that good as you get naked? That's the question. Wilder says, what's going on with your coach Lowe? It's been a minute, man. Look at here. We got this whole recruiting situation behind us. I had my moment. Well, I almost lost a little bit here on the show, but after Shady made his announcement, we were staying like a little Airbnb. I went back out to the car. I left to the truck. I left my phone in the truck. And I stopped on the way back to the truck because you know how I am. Boy, I just out there. Boy, I was doing the ugliest boo-hoo cry, ugly face, just crying. I was out there for like 5 minutes. Ain't nobody know where I was at. I was just crying, boy. I said, goodness gracious, boy, this boy right here. But yeah. So now that we got that, now we got the whole recruiting thing behind us. You know, we look, we got preseason coming right around the corner. We ready to ball, bro. Lock and load. You already know what time it is. Oh man, Mark, what you laughing at? What in the world, Mark? I'm just trying to teach you something. See you. Pocket says, Pocket says this style seems to go for the least favorite option in every way possible. Mike Hughes, Richie Grant, and Ray Ray. Boy, everybody, that whole Richie Grant thing, boy, that thing got people. that thing got people all kind of messed up. All kind of messed up, bro. I mean, look, I understand Richard Grant. You know, he gave the McBride boy from Arizona. He probably got it for like $4-5 million on his next deal just off of that one game alone. And then he said, "Yeah, I mean, shoot, when I seen Wu going up against Richard Grant, I told everybody at home, you know, y'all make sure that y'all watching the game because I'm finna go off." He didn't say that, but he might as well should have. Like, he completely disrespected Richard Grant. But once again, you got Jerry Gray, right? You got Jimmy Lake, you got Raheem Morris. All of these are great defensive minds, and there must be something that they see for Richie Grant to be the starting safety beside Jesse Bates. And think about it like this as well. I mean, because Richie Grant, he was successful at UCF. Yes, he was. But think about this. Whenever you got a situation where, uh, Raheem Morris is coaching his team up to have all these hot balls, it's going to give Richie Grant an opportunity to make a whole lot more plays on the ball. Because if the ball's hot, he's going to have a chance to get some picks. He's going to have a chance to make some plays. And then if he leaves, if he ends the season with 4-5 interceptions, y'all ain't going to be saying none of that. Y'all talk about double pause. Well, what in the world? Double pause in hot. What you know what it's hot balls. I told y'all, get your mind out the gutter. We can talk about football. It's hot balls. That's what we say as coaches. We're trying to create pressure. We're trying to create hot balls. So we put pressure on the quarterback. He throws the ball sooner than he wants to. What's wrong with that? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all need to get your mind out the gutter. Y'all get your mind out the gutter, then you can learn something about this ball. You really learn something. I ain't even gonna say it no more. But y'all, I ain't even gonna say it no more. Y'all tripping. Oh man, Wilder Smith, the forever optimist. He says, "Look at here, Bo. There's no cause for concern about the defense right now because they're running around in helmets and shorts and not no tackling now." So he said, "There's no cause for concern." It's the same thing I said at the beginning of the show. We're not going to know what this defense is until the preseason. To be completely honest with you. And you're gonna really tell. You're really gonna be able to tell what the defense is looking like because they're gonna run a vanilla defense, and it's gonna be it's gonna be 1-on-1 across the board, trench play. I doubt they're gonna be running any stunt. Well, shoot, I remember Dean Pease. He came preseason. He was running everything. He was running green zone dog blitzes, cornerback blitzes, dropping safety down, and having defensive tackles back. You know, middle linebacker running up the field like it's a Tampa 2, but it ain't a Tampa 2 because it's quarters. They running bracket coverage. He was running all kind of stuff. I like, okay. So did defense do anything? Nah, they didn't. They also didn't have that much talent. So, look, we're going to see in training. Not in training camp, but we're going to see in the preseason what this defense is capable of doing at the end of the day. I also got to ask y'all another question because apparently it's an issue. Look, if y'all want me to stop saying hot balls, put a one in the chat. If y'all cool with me saying hot balls because y'all are football fans and we're coaching staff, we're all mature here. Put a 2 in the chat. Look. Let's go ahead and just get this all out of the way. Let's get it on out the way. If you cool with me saying it, put a 2 in the chat. But if it's one of those cases where hey, you know, you don't want me saying hot balls no more, put a 1 in the chat. I respect your wishes. I stop saying it. I stop saying it. Oh man, y'all crazy boy. Browns one. He says, "Hey man, people are freaking out at the Penix through that interception. Somebody on the other side posted that they were worried about Penix. Once again, Bo. First of all, he's a rookie. He's a rookie. It's practice. This is where you throw the picks at. You throw your picks in practice. I'm not that worried about Penix. I didn't see the pick. They said that somebody's zone coverage picked it off. If I'm not mistaken, it said Troy got it. They said Troy picked it off. Anybody who was at training camp, I know that A1 Forever, Jack Spade, I know that y'all were there. Let me know what exactly happened. Also we look here, we got a superstar in the chat. For everybody that don't know, the plane lady is in the chat. Came in here said, "What in the world, Bo?" For everybody that don't know, the plane lady, that's Coach Tyler Russell's wife. She actually has her own YouTube channel. Check this out, guys. Coach Tyler and Coach Christine are building an airplane from scratch in their garage. How cool is that, boy? That is crazy. This right here, this is the plane lady. That's the page. I've been watching it. It's crazy. Y'all need to go check it out. Y'all need to go check out Plane Lady. It's legit. Great content. Great content. Mark Taylor says, he says LMAO, he says, Coach be watching film. He knows everyone's go-to moves. Oh, hey, you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. J Ball, what in the world? Bo, what's going on with you, man? DA Hunter's in here. You know it's a party now. Keith No Sweats in here. I'm not gonna be here for long. Oh, you got me twist. Shouts out to Twisted Torch. That's his theme song. I need to put that as my ringtone every time he calls. Girl, you got me twisted over you. He knows what it says. They need to let Penix sit behind Kirk Cousins. They're trying to run him out there like Ritter. Well, I mean, so he's gonna be playing majority of the preseason. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know, I'm cool with him playing. Taking a lot of those snaps in the preseason. I actually prefer that. I'm not just cool with it. That's the perfect scenario, perfect situation. These games don't mean nothing. Let's see what he's capable of doing. Let's see what he's capable of doing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why do we have quadruple and triple pauses? I mean, just like Padres, the balls is hot. The balls is hot. The balls is hot. The balls is hot. Woo! The people coming. The balls is hot. Balls is hot. Cook it up. The block is hot. Baby, my balls hot. Baby, my balls burn. My block on fire. Baby, what about turn? See, that's what. See, like I said, I just gotta keep your mind out the gutter. At the end of the day, I gotta keep your mind out the gutter. Okay, so Nate got the green dot. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, he should. He's the guy. First of all, that we paid. That's the guy that we paid. First of all, but look, it's one of those cases where, look, I mean, I think he's the most qualified. Troy Anderson. He's still young. Um, but I mean, look, I mean the way that he sifts through. I mean, I'm sorry, not Nate's not paid. Um, old boy is paid. Old boy from New Orleans, Caden Ellis, he's paid. But I'm just saying, like, as far as like the just playing the Mike linebacker, I mean, he's just that guy. Like, he sifts through the trash. He knows how to fill gaps. Great tackler. I've seen him out there. He's communicating with everybody, adjusting everything. He doesn't have to repeat himself much. He looks like he has the respect of everyone. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. And it might be an experimental kind of thing. I mean, we legitimately don't know until the end of the day, until week one. Week one, whenever we play the Steelers, that's when we'll know exactly who's running the show. Dre Murphy, he says two. He says he's cool. He's cool with the term hot balls. Mark, he says one. What in the world? What in the world? Ray 50, thank you, Ray 50. He says, "Hey man, coach, this your show, Bo. You can say whatever you can say whatever you like. You can say whatever." Thank you. I appreciate that. Padre says two because I'm mature. He's mature, guys. You see that? J Mall, he says, I just lost signal and came back. Bo, he says, Jay Murphy, glad you. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Bro, yeah, bro says facts. It don't matter. Y'all grow up. Rounds 1 says 2. Dr. Slick says high balls. Like, well, what I just walk into? Hey, what forever says 1.5 is I'm growing. I'm oh man. uh, and then one time for the fan, he said it was Troy that got that pick. It would have been a pick 6, but the play was dead. They say that they said that they stopped the play. So it said that the play was dead. Also one time for the fans to still in game if the ref would have let the play continue, that was a pick. Okay. Yeah, man. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that at all. J Miles shouting out to all of the hashtag Rise Up content creators. Shouts out to Smitty in here, Atlanta Falcons fan Demic in here, A1 Forever, one time for the fan in here. Man, shoot, it's a party. It's starting to feel like the season again, Bo. I told Coach Ron, I said, look, Coach Ron, you better chill out now. Hold on now, because old dog feeling froggy. You know, I went to the driving range today too, and I hit a little bit. I was feeling froggy. I went to Publix. I went to Publix and I got me a good little bit of fruit. Then I walked on the treadmill. I said, "Ooh, Coach Ronald." But the season coming, I don't know what to do with myself. Yeah, I know when I start getting excited, my hands, they just won't stop moving. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. My hands just won't stop moving. But I told Coach Ronald, I said, "Hey, look, I'm ready to go." I said, "Tonight's the night. We jumping in here. First training camp coaches meeting for the 2024 season." And of course, man, y'all do not disappoint. Shouts out to everybody on the coaching staff for all the great comments. Like I tell everybody, it's one of those cases where the the coaching staff, they're the ones that make the show. People come. I was at a Rise Up Tour event yesterday. Like I said, Rise Up Tour membership party. Had a great time at Foley Warehouse. We were talking about doing all this traveling and everything, going to all these away game cities, doing a community service. We're going to be, we did a coat drive and we did, feeding the homeless. We also did something for Thanksgiving, giving out turkeys and everything like that. But we plan on doing it in these cities for these away games as well. But while we were there, it's crazy because people were like, Coach Lowe, I love your show. Man, it is so fun to watch. We have such a great time. It's better than TV. I was like, look, you need to thank me. So I'm just passing the message on to the coaching staff. I'm just letting y'all know, hey, y'all, folks out there really like y'all. Folks really like y'all, Bo. They really enjoy the great commentary and the great comments and everything that y'all put up. The thought-provoking questions and the thought-provoking suggestions that you feel like the Falcons should do. And the comedy. The comedy is second to none. Let us pray says, what in the world, Bo? He said, I had to take a study break and and coach to the coaches meeting. How we looking at camp? Hey, Bo, from what everybody's saying, this offense is looking unstoppable. They said they looking unstoppable. Everybody worried about AJ Terrell. They said AJ Terrell got his draws burnt off by Rondale Moore. They said he still ain't caught him. They said Rondale Moore done got on the bus and went home. AJ Terrell still on the 30-yard line. So, hey, I mean, and that's what we were talking about, man. Shouts out to Let Us Pray. He's also another content creator. Loves talking about the Falcons. Shouts out to him. Speaking of content creators, the Dixon Wade's in here. What up, Bo? He says, had a great time at the Falcons training camp this weekend. Larry, put in the comments. Let us know what you saw. Let us know what you saw in the comments. I'm eager to hear. I got a chance to watch it. But let us know what you saw. Ray 50 says, hey, Big Low, you going to the Benz on Friday? We will be there, Bo. I'm in there like swimwear, Bo. I am ready to go. Lock and load. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Dante Spates in here. He's just glad our Falcons signed James Washington, former Steelers wide receiver. Another person that could burn this defense draws off. That's what y'all be saying if y'all don't understand the importance of hot balls. If you understood the importance of hot balls and the importance of the significance that this defense can have on this defensive line can have on this quarterback and on Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, y'all gonna see that as these hot balls keep coming, it's gonna be one of them situations where we're gonna see some turnovers. We're gonna see some tip passes. You never know. You might even see a few strip sacks, or you're not supposed to hit the quarterback during training camp, especially Kirk Cousins. But you're gonna see it be a situation where as you get that pressure, that's when your turnovers come. Definitely, definitely. Larry says, smash that like. Yes, if you hit that like button for us, we would definitely and greatly appreciate it. One time for the fans says memberships are still available for the Rise Up Tour, $52. Y'all make sure that y'all check them out on Facebook. Definitely. Shouts out to my homeboy, Tony Wright. He says, Low, James Washington signing at receiver. Your thoughts on that signing? Camp bait or legit? I feel like it might be legit. People forget James Washington for a while. They thought he might have been the a solid number 2. And I remember there were a couple times whenever there was everybody was hurt. Like he was legit number 1. He had a few 100-yard games. Like, don't sleep on James Washington now. Don't sleep on him. You might have a legit chance to have the Washington brothers in the receiving core. You got Casey and James. And you look here, you never know. You never know. A lot of people said that he could be a camp body, but man, boy, this wide receiver core could be deep. It could be legit deep. If you mess around and get James Washington, so you think about it. You got Drake London, you got Darnell Mooney, Rondell Moore. You got Ray McLeod, who's been making. Every time I look at the highlights, Ray McLeod's making plays. Casey Washington. You got James Washington, who's a proven NFL veteran. I just don't know, Bo. I legit don't know. I legit don't know. I think it's gonna be one of those cases where I feel like James Washington could legit make the team. You could have one of the deepest receiving cores in the NFL. And don't forget, like, you might as well put Kyle Pitts on that depth chart for wide receiver because he's going to be lined up out wide many, many times. All right, so my homeboy Larry for the Dixon Way. Make sure y'all check him and his whole family out. It's a whole family affair with the Dixon Way. That's the way that they do it, the Dixon Way. It says Kurt to Pitts is going to be special, in my opinion. Also, every wide receiver was hit in stride, and wide receiver had a chance to run after the catch. He had a chance to get the yakety yak yards. Then he says, we haven't seen that since Matt left. Kirk, a dark horse in. Larry, I know you didn't say what I thought you just said. A dark horse MVP candidate. Larry said it. Larry said it. A dark horse MVP candidate. So, I mean, look, I know that we've been talking about the concerns on the defensive side of the ball. We're just week 2 in training camp. If you feel like Kirk Cousins is a dark horse MVP candidate, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like that's not the case, put a 4 in the chat. Larry, you done started something. We gotta look. We gotta talk about this. If you feel like he's a dark horse MVP candidate, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like that's not the case, put a 4 in the chat. I gotta know. I wanna know. Larry said he said it with his chest. That's what I'm talking about, Larry. Larry said he said it with his chest. Okay, then. But y'all get me fired up, Bo. I'm getting ready to run through a wall. Larry also says Ray was balling out there. This offense will be spooky, Bo. Real talk. I mean, look, he got weapons. I'm going to ask y'all a question a little bit, too, speaking of weapons. Mark says, facts. Terry know he on the hot seat. One time for the fan says James might be low-key the 5th, 6th wide receiver, but then again, he hasn't played in years. Camp body for now. Reminds me of Kevin King. Like, look, we love to get them boys who, got to knock the cobwebs off. Oh man, Rounds One says, comeback player of the year. Will he qualify? He sure would. He sure would qualify. Then he's a quarterback too. Daggone. Wallace says 3. He says he says that he's a dark horse MVP candidate. Jay Murphy says 3. Mark says 3. This way says, I said it with my chest. 3. Okay then. Dante Spade says, okay, are we not getting any 4s? Tyler Russell says 3. Okay. Pocket says 3. Atlanta Falcon fan Debbie says Kirk is that MVP picking up where he left off. Man, y'all, goodness gracious, boy. Y'all just, y'all get me in my feelings now. Hold on now. A1 Forever, he says 3. Padre, of course, Padre, he got to be the anomaly. He got to be the anomaly. He says 3.5, coach. He says that he gets off to a hot start, he's going to be a problem. Nando's, he says 3. Drew Griner, I think this is my first time seeing you here, Drew. Welcome to the coaching staff. Thank you so much for joining us. He says 3. I mean, it looks like it's pretty much a consensus. Everybody's saying 3. The star of the show, Plane Lady, says 3. I have to agree. I legitimately have to agree. I just don't see it being a situation where if he comes back and he's healthy, and J Mall, he says, "Oh, what was the question? I just got back." Yeah. So, do you feel? Shouts out to the Dixon Way. Y'all make sure that y'all check him out on YouTube. He says that he feels like Kirk Cousins is a dark horse MVP candidate. And I said, if you feel like Kirk is a dark horse MVP candidate, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like that's not going to happen, that's not going to be the case, put a 4 in the chat. Man, boy, we feeling it. We drinking the Kool-Aid, boy. We better look at here. We better make sure we take our chlorophyll. For everyone who doesn't know, chlorophyll helps regulate, blood sugar. We better make sure that we take our cinnamon. Cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar. Yeah, because we drinking the Kool-Aid, boy. We finna go in diabetic coma. Sitting here drinking the Kirk Cousins Kool-Aid because everybody die. He says Kirk could lead this young team for real. 3. KP. Is this Kyle Pitts? Is it Kyle Pitts? Kyle Pitts, KP. KP Money says, hey, Bo, 3. Coach Morris, Coach of the Year. Kyle Pitts said it, not me. Dr. Slick, 3. J Mall, 3. He says, all the highlights I've seen so far on this offense, 3. This way says, hey, Coach, though, that's my boy, Dre Griner, right there from eSports Days. Okay, he good people. Shouts out to you, Drew. Much love, man. Appreciate you for coming on and chilling out with Old Country Boy, bro. We definitely enjoy it. Definitely enjoy it. Look here, man. Y'all, look. So y'all telling me Cuzzo, that's my first Cuzzo. Y'all telling me Cuzzo finna do it like that. I would love it. Dre says we should feel really good about our offense or have questions about the defense, right? And that's what we was talking about. Dr. Slick says no reason for him not to be. No reason for him not to be. Doug says I feel like Kirk O'Baines is a Tom Brady run to the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay in 2021. Y'all know how good this feels? After what we suffered through, how we unceremoniously lost Matt Ryan. We watched Matt Ryan. The mind was willing, but the body was weak with Matt Ryan. Like, we knew Matt Ryan wanted to give his all, and we know he wanted to retire as a Falcon, but he was declining. He wasn't the same guy. He wasn't the same guy. Like me, myself, I haven't been through that because I'm just as explosive now as I was whenever I was 22. But I could imagine that being tough. I can imagine it being tough. Like, you can't do the same things that you used to do or be as fast as you used to be, jump high as you used to, or be able to process information as fast as you used to. That all of that was happening with all of that was happening with Matt Ryan. Then you go ahead and you get Marcus Mariota. We watched the quarterback series. Y'all seen Marcus Mariota not take playing football seriously. The man said out of his own mouth, he said, "Hey, I was finna retire." Like Art Smith knew me and he called me and asked me if I wanted to play. It was almost like a pickup basketball game. He's like, "Yeah, Arthur, he asked me if I wanted to play." I was like, "Sure. I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and try to do it. See what we can do." Marcus Mariota came into that season. He wasn't expecting to win nothing. Desmond Ritter, he wanted to win something, but he just wasn't able to do it. Like it just wasn't him. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like to this day, Kyle Pitts, he got hurt. It was Marcus Mariota's fault. Marcus Mariota shouldn't have. He shouldn't have threw that ball, and he shouldn't have threw it. He should have put the ball in the place where he put it at. He left Kyle Pitts out to dry. We haven't gotten a year and a half of Kyle Pitts' career because of Marcus Mariota. I'm just keeping it above. I mean that's just me. We haven't got the Kyle Pitts that we were supposed to get because of Marcus Mariota. Marcus Kyle Pitts, he came back last year. You could tell he wasn't as healthy as he was as he was supposed to be. But I mean, once again, Desmond Ritter was a quarterback. We were winning games with him completing 9 passes. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. We were winning games when he only completed 9 passes. He threw for like 108 yards. How Kyle Pitts supposed to eat with that? The defense could have ranked a whole lot higher than they did. The other team's offense just got so many opportunities. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. That defense last year was a top 5 defense. They were a top 5 defense. The offense didn't do anything to help that defense last year. They didn't do nothing to help that defense. This year, I'm going to be completely transparent. The defense took a step back. Now, we're going to see what this defense does with this completely different staff. And they're installing a completely different type of defense, completely different system. So, I mean, you can just see you can just see the priorities changing. You know, we're not going to be running the ball 50 times like we used to. This is, I mean, in the words of Young Joe, we finna air this thing out. We finna air it out. J Mall says Desmond Ritter gave what he. Yeah, he did. He did. He was at the church. He was giving. He was giving whatever he had. He put whatever he had in the plate. You know, and it might be able to keep the lights on for 2 minutes. That's what he had. But look, if we talk about going to the playoffs and winning the championship, that's not going to get the job done. That's why I'm so excited when everybody's like, "Oh, Kirk Cousins." From what I'm seeing, he could be a dark horse MVP candidate. Larry doesn't know how excited he just made me whenever he put that comment in there. Atlanta Falcons fan Denver says, with all these fast wide receivers, Kirk's new name is Air Cousins. Hashtag hot balls. No, 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 no. That's not hot. That's not what hot balls supposed to be, Bo. No, that's not hot balls. Hot balls that's a bad thing. We don't want to hashtag hot balls for our offense. No, no. Now it'll be hashtag hot balls in a situation where, you know, if we could get some pressure on the quarterback, then we'll say hashtag hot balls. We don't want Kirk Cousins to have high balls. And you know, like I said, everybody that's watching, keep your minds out the gutter. You know, we ain't talking about that other stuff. You know, this is a football term. So y'all keep your minds out the gutter. Oh man, KP says yes, coach. Okay, all right, KP. K Kyle Pitts says yes, coach. Marcus threw me a medicine ball. and my dumb behind went for that for that little catch. Hey, hey, look. Well, I'm glad that you're fully healthy now, Kyle Pitts. It's obvious that you were lingering a little bit last year. And in a way, you kind of got a bad. Some people were saying that you were giving up on plays, but the body can only do what the body can do. Dixon Way says Kyle Pitts is going to earn that unicorn name. That over the shoulder catch he made on the sideline was nasty. Kirko was absolutely diving everyone up in practice. Crispy passes. Okay, so I can do the hashtag crispy passes, but yeah, I can't do the hashtag hot balls for our offense. I can't do that one. Jan, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Hope you're doing good. Is everybody else as excited as I am? Is is everybody else as excited as I am that, that we're going to have some Atlanta Falcons football? Not just Atlanta Falcons, but football in general. Is everybody else excited that within a month we're literally going to be able to watch high school, college, and NFL football? It's is it is it just me because I was watching a old game with Coach Heifel, the head coach for Tennessee, on Saturday, and he was just sitting there watching it, and I know that feeling like whenever you're watching an old game and you're sitting there thinking, okay, yeah, 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 I'm ready for this. This is what I would have done in that situation if I knew now what I would have known, what I should have known then. Like we were just sitting there watching it, he had that same look on his face. I was like, boy, it's almost that time. It's almost that time to get that rush. It's almost that time to, you know, everybody to have elevated blood pressures. Has anybody been watching the Olympics? They've been putting heart monitors on the Olympic athletes' parents, and the Olympic athletes' parents they're just sitting there watching, their kids compete. And one of them, I think the mom heart rate was 180 beats per minute. She was just sitting there, 180 beats per minute. That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's what sports can do. That's the stresses and that's the pressures that sports can put on the body. For me, it's a rush. If anybody's ever watched the game, if anybody has ever watched the game with me or been around me while I watch the game, me and Uncle Steve, we kind of watch games the same way. Whenever me and Uncle Steve watch a game, uh, first of all, it's like we don't really sit down. I get into it. I get into it. Um, and I just love that feeling. I just love that feeling. And thankfully, um, all of y'all out there, the coaching staff, y'all really helped me. Y'all really helped me with what I'm dealing with as far as trying to that 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 feeling of euphoria that you get just talking about football, preparing for football, talking about you know the game after it happened. All of that is it's a rush, man. It's a rush. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I know it sounds like this is uh uh what is it, a counseling session for like substance abuse? Nah, it's a rush, boy. It get me going. I'm sorry. I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it. My little cousin, he's gonna be a senior this year. And, they're trying to make a run at the state championship. Um, you know, like I said, we're finished with the recruiting. I'm sure we're going to be going to a handful of Tennessee Volunteers games. We're going to, the home Atlanta Falcons games, and we're going to a few away games for the Falcons. Man, I'm ready, bro. I'm 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 fired up. Let's go. Lock and load. You already know what time it is. Look, so I want to ask y'all if you're excited about the NFL season, college football season, or high school football. If you're excited about any of those, or you need a way to express it, the way that you can express it and getting that energy out is by hitting the like button. If you hit that like button for me, I promise you, I'll dance at your wedding one day. But yes, we will be at the Benz on Friday, live in full effect. Shouts out to everybody that's going to be there. We're going to have a great time. We're going to, see what these Atlanta Falcons are talking about, and all of these new weapons that we have. We're going to really enjoy it. We're going to really enjoy it. Tyler said he can't like it again. Oh, okay. All right, Tyler. Well, look, just you can just go and make sure you liked it. If you go and make sure you liked it, I would definitely appreciate it. But look at here, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I know it's like it's 10:59. Look, we're definitely gonna be back on to do a little bit more talking. But in the meantime, I need y'all to stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. Please don't do anything that I would do. And we right around the corner, both. We right around the corner for football season. Let's make this a good one. I know this is our first training camp coaches meeting. Let's go ahead and let's make this season as memorable as we can. Um, we're gonna have a good time with it. We're gonna have some great shows. And like I always say, guys, the comments are what it's about. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that we provide some great comments for not just the people that are on live right now, but see, the thing is that after we go live, it stays on YouTube, but people go back and watch it. And whenever I put everybody's comments up, it's one of those cases where you know everybody gets a chance to see what everyone's saying. So make sure that you put those comments up, because I see folks showing love in here. Mark, shouts out to Mark and his great content over there. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to him. Also, Dixon Ways, it's a good show, but make sure that you subscribe to him. Uh, Wilder says great content that we appreciate it, Bo. We back in the thick of it. Now it's time to look. It's time to lock and load now. And what the Eminem say? I was playing in the beginning. The mood all changed. The mood done changed now, but we were playing during the off season. Now it's time to look. It's time to lock and load now. It's time to do what we do now. Mark said it's the greatest. This is the best live I've ever seen. I don't know about that, Mark. You need to go on your channel if you want to see some of the best lives you've ever seen. You need to go look on Mark's channel, because you have some of the best lives I've ever seen. Oh man, rounds one says enjoy it as usual. Thanks. Look at here, man. Look, we enjoy it. We enjoy it. Plain Lady says great show as usual. Have a great night. We definitely will. So y'all stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Rise up, A-Town down. What in the world, Bo?